Welcome everyone to Hammered in Cheese, where we're making balls of spaghetti. With us tonight, I am Dino the Genetic Marvel, and my chef de cuisine, Mr. Chef Boyardee's Nuts at the top. And our guest today is Tiffany Blue. Now, let me see, we already got a bunch of comments going here. We got Serge. What's up, Serge? Serge, I did see a doctor and got some medication for my skin problems. Hopefully they're steroids. Get jacked while you're on those, baby. I had a sinus infection and they gave me corticosteroids that you spray up your nose, and I was like, I'm going to work out the whole time and just get muscular as hell. Yeah. Victoria says, that's great, Serge. Listen, we are pro pharma here. Not really. Listen, if it can't be cured with mushrooms and cocaine, maybe you should just figure it out. I don't know.
Honestly, if it can't be cured with weed, mushrooms, or cocaine, just die.
There's always alcoholism for everyone. That's
to kill demons and trauma. That's not for physical ailments. Let's not false advertise.
Oh God. And listen, if it really gets bad, there's always sugar, and that will ruin you more than anything. So today we are making spaghetti and meatballs, and oh shit, you already got those meatballs going. Damn, Tiffany Blue.
Yeah, I haven't even started mine yet.
So I can't take credit for the meatballs. They were made by my fiance, who is a master of handling meat.
Oh, it's now.
Well, someone's getting beat up after the show, everyone. That's
Is Guy gonna make an appearance tonight?
Yeah. Listen, she's gonna beat you up, and let's be honest, cops are gonna be like, you deserved it. We saw the show. It's fine. It's
Yeah, there's video evidence, by the way. So she beats you up. We'll back you.
Yeah, that's fine. Come on. Who doesn't like lying to the police? That's just a fun pastime. Yeah.
These meatballs here, most people make their meatballs with beef.
Yeah.
Or some people use Italian sausage. I am using sort of a hybrid. I got a little fancy with it. Do not call the health department. I mixed a little bit of Italian pork sausage with about maybe 20% ground beef just to fill it out a little bit.
Yep.
And
I think
seasoned it with a little parsley, a little adobo. I can't be spilling all the secrets, but
that's fair. Listen, if anything, snitches get stitches, so we ain't gonna share nothing. But the point is here, everyone, meatballs, meatloaf, things of that nature have something that you have to make sure you use to your advantage, such as being able to combine different meats. So having a mix of beef, pork, Italian sausages, things that are well seasoned will work well in a meatball. And a lot of people don't realize that, right? It's the same thing with a salad. If you don't season your salad, it's not going to taste as good as it does in a restaurant.
Of course.
All right. And that's why is when you mix different meats, you get different flavors. You get different positive forms of seasoning that will mesh well together. And also, too, add some goddamn fat, people. Okay. Fat is your friend. Anyone who tells you that fat isn't your friend doesn't have fat friends, which means they don't have happiness in their life. It's that simple.
Look,
okay?
I want to let the people know, right? There will be people that give you advice on how to cook. There's two things you need to know. One, cooking is a personal thing. It's like art, it's subjective. You have to cook from the heart. Number two, if someone tells you to get the leanest ground beef, when you tell them you're making a meatloaf, smack them in the mouth.
That's correct.
That's not really like ground beef anymore. That's just like sounds of sadness.
At that point, it's steak. At that point, you're cooking steak. Look, what's up, brother?
Listen, Serge says chicken balls are pretty good. Now, Serge, I knew somebody that what they would do is they would have chicken balls, but they would also take like chicken skin and throw it in there too. And chicken skin has a layer of fat to it that adds a little bit of crispiness. It always works. Parmesan in the meat. I love it. It's a great idea. Victoria says fat is flavor. That's why I'm viewed as delicious.
That's why she loves you, right?
That's why she loves me.
Flavor, I can agree with that wholeheartedly.
Look, and that's why even, you know what? I had a friend bring me some beef tallow, which we're looking for an opportunity to cook with. Things like lard, beef tallow, and butter, despite what anyone says, are fantastic for you. So incorporating those into your meal are a great idea. And especially when you have ground meat It's an opportunity to add extra flavor with fat.
You can go ahead and make Tiffany Blue, bigger if you want. You know.
Sorry,
I have
what
a
am
confession to make to the people.
All right.
When I make my meatballs,
Yeah.
I cheat.
That's fair.
I cheat. Would you like to know the secret?
Of course.
For any beginning cooks out there, let's say you're a young single person. You've invited someone over to the crib, as the kids say.
As the kids say.
You're trying to put the moves on. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to cook a nice Italian dish. Everyone loves Italian. There's not a person on the world that doesn't love a nice spaghetti, especially with a meatball. With my meatballs, what I do, I cook them in the pan for a little bit. I get them nice and brown on the outside, and then I throw them in a glass pan, put them in the oven for 300.
There you go.
I let the oven do its job, okay? But then I lie. What you do is you lie to Shorty and you tell her, baby, I made them in the pan. She's not going to go and investigate. She's not going to be like, oh, your oven's still warm.
Listen, a lot of people don't realize that is number one, meatballs need a good pan sear. But
Amen.
you cannot get a good enough pan sear and have them cooked all the way through. So the key is that you pan sear first, and then you throw them in the oven, and then you get them to really just take those juices internally. Because listen,
you gotta seal that in.
You gotta seal it in.
Once it goes in the oven, that atmospheric heat, it starts to dry it out. So the more of it you seal in, the less of that moisture you're taking out.
There's just so much like sexual tension between all three of us right now because of all the words we're using. Is it just me? Is it just me?
I can't help the pimping, man. Y'all are naturally drawn in to the game that I lay down. That's kind of the whole brand of Tiffany Blue, okay? It's an unstoppable force with this immovable object at the helm.
It's just that every Tiffany I've ever been around was hot, you know? So it's just like...
I mean, listen.
The wizard chooses his wand.
Look, let's be honest. That's a fair establishment, and after all is said and done, a bunch of men handling meat, it's gonna turn anybody on. That's just science.
So I fucked up and forgot to get breadcrumbs because I thought I already had. So I just took about a half a pack of saltines and crushed them up. Yep. Same idea.
Listen, okay.
I washed my hands. I promise.
It's all right. Listen, it's
food.
You ain't working in a restaurant. You're just making it for food, for family. That's fine.
Right.
Family. Well, see, as someone who comes with 6 years of line cook experience, I understand that there will be people that will see me do this in the comfort of my own one-bedroom trailer. And the first question will be, did you wash your hands? Did you pay my water bill? Did you buy the soap? No.
That's it. And number one, a little floor space makes everything nice. So eat shit and die, people. Frank's Red Hot. Ooh, I like that. That's a good idea. See, okay, and we were talking about this the other day. Cole and I was the idea of what was it, mashed potatoes that we were talking about?
Yeah, probably.
And they were like, yeah, when you're doing it, salt, pepper, cream, and hot sauce, and then mash your potatoes. And you're like, fuck, because you heat up the cream, you season the cream, you add hot sauce to the cream, and then you add that to your potatoes, and it makes a totally different experience.
I don't think you were talking to me about that, because I don't remember that conversation.
Guys, forewarning, my smoke alarms might go off. Everything is fine. Nothing is in danger. I just have very sensitive smoke detectors.
I mean, that's best. Come on. Serge even jumps in. I put that shit on everything. I mean, listen, Frank's is good. It's a decent baseline hot sauce, right? Nobody's going to get angry. Sorry?
Allow me to rebut. Now,
that's fair.
Before I present this, I would like to address the elephant in the room. Yes, there's a lot of vinegar.
That's
but what
fine.
People don't understand is for a good thin hot sauce, you need to vinegar it.
I mean,
I grew up on this. I am from a small town in Louisiana called Opelousas.
Yeah, all right.
This got us through some hard times. And in the words of Dusty Rhodes, you don't know hard times, Daddy.
No. I've had a great life. It's I'm just horrible as a person, so it's different. I'm not a product of my environment.
Don't get me started on Louisiana.
I mean, listen, there's issues there and history. Let's. I've never been to Louisiana.
Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you over the sizzle of these balls.
Cole is traumatized by Louisiana steak seasoning, always tasty. Victoria
Why
says,
are you
"Have you ever put
traumatized
that?"
by the great state of Louisiana?
Where my mama.
Oh, hey, listen, his mom is originally from Louisiana. That's number one, and it's just traumatic. But have you ever put that on ice cream? What, the hot sauce or vinegar? That's a great question, Victoria.
So
Neither.
I did have cousins play a prank on me when I was 9. They were about 8 and 7, respectively. Apologies. But so what these young ladies did one day was we were all eating ice cream in my aunt's front room, watching movies and what
As
have
one
you,
does.
as one does when sleeping over with cousins.
Of course.
And I sit my bowl of ice cream down to go grab a glass of Sunny D. I don't want to hear in the comments about how diabolical the combination of ice cream and Sunny D is. I was 9. Give me a break.
Yeah.
But I sit my ice cream down to go grab a cup of Sunny D.
Yep.
And I come back. Now keep in mind, to paint a picture here, the living room is dark because we are, in fact, watching a movie.
That's fair.
So I'm not paying attention. I'm eating my ice cream. I get a couple spoonfuls in. And first, I taste the vinegary spice.
Of
and
course.
I taste a nice, chewy, can't bite through it sensation.
And
I pull whatever's in my mouth out. It's a big-ass piece of chicken skin.
I mean,
These
damn.
young ladies, and I'm not going to name them by name because I love my family. But you know who you are if you see this. They put chicken skin and hot sauce in my shit. And to this day, they won't let me forget about it. Any family function, you remember we put that chicken skin in your ice cream? Yes, I remember. It's the reason I don't eat ice cream in the dark.
I like how you didn't call them out because your word, you love them. But that's not like they love you.
Yeah,
Look,
you got to return the
when you grow
favor.
up in Louisiana, it's a different type of love. You got to be tough. You got to have.
I know. My grandfather made me wrestle a fucking alligator. I know.
Okay,
me,
so you was in the countryest goddamn part of Louisiana possible. If
I
you
mean,
were forced
that's
to wrestle
accurate
an
too.
alligator.
Yeah.
About 45 minutes from New Orleans.
Hometown,
I mean, now I kind of want to
we went
try
the
it.
other way.
You mean
Right on
sharks?
the Gulf, man.
When
Right
you
on
say
the
the other way, do you mean sharks, Tiffany Blue? Because I feel like the opposite of wrestling an alligator
he's
is
saying
fighting
go a
a
different
water.
No, I
direction.
mean like we turned around and we started walking in the opposite direction of wherever the alligator was.
Yeah.
I mean, you think
that was what I thought too. I was like, so there's an alligator over here. Let's go the other way. He was like, nah, I need you to
He was
go
like,
behind
nah,
it.
you gonna shoot the fade with it.
I like the idea of somebody's like, hey, you need to wrestle that alligator. I'm like, no, I need to turn that thing into boots. I'm gonna kill it by shooting it in the face. That's you know.
Well, okay, so here's the thing about shooting it in the face is you can't just directly go for the coup de grace. You gotta have a little damage on it. You gotta wear it out, get it tired, because the thing is, if you got a fully energized up gator, that thing's got a thick skull. If you're going out it with a regular old 9mm or 45, my brother,
Yeah,
you can't
just kill them. That's the funny thing about alligators.
Interesting.
And mostly,
you gotta go with that thing with nothing smaller than a 44 and
right.
nothing bigger than a nuke.
And believe it or not,
that thing, it's a dinosaur. A lot of people don't understand that.
The part that you eat
dinosaurs.
is just the tail. You just eat the tail. You don't. You can. Their tails will grow back. So like,
I've
you don't
had
have
alligator
to kill it
tail.
to eat it.
I've had alligator tail, and it's delicious. So
alligator
good, right?
In general is delicious. It's not just the tail. I can promise you that.
I mean,
secondly,
who's living in poverty now?
Yes, an alligator tail can grow back, but you know what can't grow back? These boots.
That's factual. That's factual. All right.
And I want to clear it up. It's not like we're just a bunch of gator slaughtering maniacs out there. Okay.
I mean,
it's
there's
I
like
know what the media would have you believe.
Yeah.
But gators are actually very well protected in Louisiana. If you are caught even with the carcass of a gator outside of gator hunting season, it is either a $100,000 or a $10,000 fine, or up to a year in jail.
See,
and in some cases, if it's multiple, it could be both.
Well, and that's the same thing up here with moose. If you kill a moose out of season or deer out of season, you're going to jail. Same with bear.
Yeah, the moose is just a Canadian alligator.
Look, I live in Canada,
I
so
feel like that's a crazy equivalency.
so okay. Here, just Tiffany Blue, just so I can blow your mind. You have to understand that a moose's natural predator
Is an orca
exactly
because it can
that
dive
shit
up
is
to
wild.
like 100 kilometers. Am I correct?
No, it can dive down up to 20 feet, and that's where it gets some food in the water. And there it will do battle with a goddamn orca. And you're like, listen, I'm not a scientist or anything, but that shit is fucking wild.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
the
now
idea of getting to witness a moose, one of God's most beautiful creatures, in my opinion, wrestle with an orca, also one of God's most beautiful creatures, in my opinion. I mean, my God, it's almost enough to bring a tear to a pimp's eye.
I mean, that's how it goes. Now, Victoria says, I feel like deep fried chicken skin on ice cream topping sounds very nice.
It wasn't deep fried.
It wasn't deep fried. It was just, yeah.
It was baked, which was what made it so soft and gummy, which is why if I eat baked chicken, I will take the skin off of it.
I feel like those family members don't deserve the love you're sending their way by keeping them anonymous. Just an FYI. I feel like they deserve a little bit of punishment.
To be fair, my family cracks on each other like nobody's business. Because that's just, we're all
that's a Louisiana thing. That's a Louisiana thing.
Like, that's how you show love. Like, literally, we greet each other by calling each other bitch.
Right.
I mean, that's odd, but yeah, no, that's fine.
So like, okay, let me put it into context, because every region has its own dialect, its own accent and slang, and it all flows together. Linguistics is one of my favorite topics to discuss. Well, with Louisiana, we have a very heavy drawling accent because we were originally colonized by the French. Ah, yes, butter.
You were populated by the French, you dirty bastards. Now, the
we
point
originated from the French, and don't think I'm proud of that. Okay,
there's lots of Haitians
I can't
there.
back nobody that surrenders in both world wars. That's just
that's fair.
You know what France's greatest weapon of all history has been?
The white flag.
The white flag. You stole my punchline, Dino. I'll never forgive you. At your funeral, I will spit in your coffin.
That's why that's what you get for knowing that a moose's predator is an orca, sir. Okay, so listen, tit for tit. That's how this fucking works. Okay.
You know what? I wish I was in studio so I could shake your hand because that's square business. I have to respect it.
I mean, it's listen, I gotta be that guy. My grandfather tricked me once by serving me durian ice cream when I was young. So see, this is the thing: is that some people deserve to be punched in the face. And look, if I was in the US and someone was like, "What's up, bitch?" I would shoot them. And I'm like, I feel like there needs to be a pleasant greeting when guns are so readily available.
Well,
because
I'm glad
you catch me on the wrong day and you're done.
A pleasant greeting. I was always raised like a lot of my peers from my background were raised. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's so let's say you and I were back home in Opelousas, right? And let's say you may not be from there, but you're familiar enough with the culture, right?
Of course.
We're sitting out on the hill. Shout out the hill. If you know, you know. We're sitting out on the hill. I might be posted up on somebody's car with a nice blunt with the homies. And let's say you walk up and you go to dap me up. What's that, little bitch? Like, it's not no disrespect. It's me saying, hi, how are you?
I know, but as a person who knows what bless your heart means, I know that when Southern kindness is a two-edged sword, right? It is stabling, and you're like, oh, you guys are so nice, and then you're like, oh, bless your heart. You're like, oh, you think I'm an idiot? That's okay. That's fine. I love you.
And still. See, that's what's so interesting about Louisiana kindness is because it'd be the sweetest shit that mean the most foul things, and then the most disrespectful shit that comes from nowhere but love. Like I say, Wazam, bitch, that's letting you know you're among friends. But if I say,
yeah.
But if you walking down the street and we don't like you or we don't recognize you, and I go, hey, little dude, I just called you a dude. That's like the normal greeting, right? But hey, little dude, that you might be in danger, my brother.
That's 100% true.
I found that when somebody was like, hey, friends, and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy's deal? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna punch you in the face. That's not like I had the privilege of growing up in the 80s, so we would call each other gay and retard on a regular basis, which I love.
My friends still do that on a regular basis.
What's up, Atlas? How you doing, brother? But yeah, it's and I feel like that's something that is hard. It's hard to switch out from, because I love accusing people of being retarded, because that's just factual sometimes. But
See, my favorite thing
get
to
angry.
do when jabbing with the homies is I'm biracial, and
Yeah.
so I like to trap people with the N-word, where I'll use it ever so casually, and so they get comfortable enough to say it around me, and then I just flip the switch. What'd you say?
Which is fantastic. Let's be honest.
It's great.
There's nothing.
Oh, it's great because it's a great gauge to see whether or not you're actually gonna be my friend.
See, and like this is the thing, is that I'm like, it's okay. So I am notorious in our group chats for sending one specific gift to people, and it's a woman, like an older woman, not old woman, but an older woman, saying that's super, super, super duper gay, and like every once in a while it disappears. So if you are on an app, look for their gifts and type in super duper gay, and that one will come up. But sometimes it disappears.
Sure this won't be a gif of Cole waving?
I mean, sometimes.
Fuck my dick.
That's what you get for keeping your face off camera, sir. No, but it's one of those things that I'm like,
I can't even say it's because of that, because he is doing what I should be doing, which is showing what's happening in the kitchen.
I mean, you're a guest. If anything, you just should show up and be like, boom, spaghetti meatball, suck it. That's fine.
Much.
Well, okay,
Cole is under the microscope.
Right now, the only thing I got going on is I got my water heating up, ready to boil for the noodles, and I got my meatballs in the oven.
As one does.
And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't know how to turn this camera around.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Atlas says she does kind of have Cole's haircut. I mean, she does have Cole's haircut. That's fair.
Who is she?
From the super duper gay gif.
Y'all hating now. Fuck all y'all.
I mean,
Cole, I'm not gonna lie, brother. You're fighting for your life out here, and you're losing.
He's not. He's like, I'm just gonna cook better than you guys.
Every day, I bring it on myself.
Fuck these guys.
I bring it on myself. I talk so much shit, like from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. It's what I get. It's what I deserve.
Yeah, well,
I feel like sometimes Cole gets on this show and just tells himself in his head, "My son believes in me, and that's all that matters."
My son does not believe in me. I promise you that.
Bro.
He's brought up on Irish culture. They don't believe in anything.
Fair enough.
Even right now, I'm looking for that GIF, and it's not even showing up. The dirty bastard.
So to kind of do the job right, like Cole was doing, we got some. I don't know where my camera is. We got some great value thin spaghetti noodles.
That's what I got. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that, sir.
Now, I hope there aren't any actual. Oh, that didn't happen. Actual real Italians in the chat, because I'm gonna do something that I'm told breaks every Italian heart within a 100-mile radius.
Please. There is nothing wrong with that, sir. No. If anything, Italians need to be, taught a thing or two.
Tiffany, don't even sweat it, man. I once taught. So Dino's wife is Chinese, and I once taught her how to make fried rice with ginger ale. So now that's her favorite ingredient.
That what?
Slow your roll, Slim.
Listen, trust me.
Hold on. I need everybody to just hold on. Did you say you fried rice with ginger ale?
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
Did.
Hey, literally, my wife was like, "How dare you?" That's just.
I'm gonna take my hat off, which is something I seldom do.
Hey.
How dare you?
Hey, the next day he added Sprite to his sauce, and I'm like, what is happening right now? This is just, it was out of.
I didn't have any lemon. I needed Sprite. I improvised. I just crackers for breadcrumbs. I'll do that. I don't give a fuck.
Thanks for watching, Darwin. I don't know how to say that, but hey, we appreciate you either way, and hey, we love that you're watching the stream. Please make sure to subscribe. Check out our YouTube channels. Is Dino the Genetic Marvels right here. Over here is Sniffing Glue _22, and Tiffany Blue is on TikTok under Blue WRLD713, and also on Instagram.
You have better
Just be
luck with
careful.
Instagram. I haven't had the time to do much for TikTok, but I did just shoot a music video, so we'll have plenty of clips from that coming really soon.
I mean, that's what matters. Okay,
Hell yeah.
everybody. Victoria, thank you so much for supporting. It's greatly appreciated. And for that, you get my super fancy sticker that says, "Thanks, hot stuff." Oh, yeah. That's what you get. All right. A little,
Hell yeah. Go ahead and buy some shot, people.
And
hey,
now to make sure I never get to perform in Long Island.
there you go. Listen, hey, let's be honest though, is we've all had more than enough from Italians. And just recently,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of fuck with Italian culture just because I love the food. And my whole thing is, if you can get me in with a plate, you have my ears to the history.
Sure, of course. But they talk a little too much for everyone's comfort. That's the fact, okay?
As Cole, I've been known to talk a little too much for everyone.
Okay, listen, but I'm saying is they're next level, and like, let's be honest, it's horrible. And okay, something I do want to let people know though is similar to Italians, the English are quite talkative, especially when it comes to soccer. However, just recently, Greece actually took out England, so Greece is up in arms laughing at England, and England's like, oh, what the hell, man? And we're like, and we suck, so suck it.
Dude, Greece are just taking over sports. You said what?
Sorry?
Who wants to look at my balls?
We all want to see your balls, sir.
My succulent, juicy balls.
Well, listen, last time Tiffany said, show me, let me show you my balls. It was a weird night, but hey, let's do it. Let's.
All right,
I'm just going to have to flip my phone around because I don't know how to access my back.
That's why.
Totally reasonable. There you go. Listen, those are some fat, juicy balls.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What your mom said.
I mean, regularly.
Whoa.
I have a lot of siblings. I have a lot of siblings, and she treated my dad well. I mean, well, now I already listen. After my dad died, she's like, "Well, what if I want?" I'm like, "I would kill any man that comes into this house, mother." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like,
"In the blink of an eye."
Oh yeah. Well, listen, I'm 6'2" and 270 pounds. I will literally rip his arms off. Cole, what are you drinking? Because Victoria technically did buy you a shot.
I got. Oh, she bought me a shot. That was for you.
Well, she did send it to me, but she doesn't give me any liquor in this house because she knows.
I have whiskey and juice right now. So strawberry lemonade specifically.
I mean,
so I'll toss it.
Thank you for your.
For me because I finished off the rest of my whiskey Sunday. 10 points if anyone can guess what the setting was in which I finished off this giant bottle of whiskey.
Church.
No.
Church.
Some would say equally as sacred though.
Football game? Tailgate?
No. I'll give you guys both one more guess and then I'll spill the beans.
The day you pay your child support?
Strip club.
Neither one of those. I did it at a children's birthday party.
Oh, that's fair. That's yeah, absolutely. No.
Can we get a round of applause for getting drunk at the kid's birthday party?
I mean, absolutely. That's a totally reasonable thing. And I'll be honest with you, I feel like if you have a children's birthday party without booze, you have a serious problem. And also you're not raising those kids right. Let's just say that.
Now, I would like to clarify, I was not the only one drinking. Me and those kids had a lovely evening.
That's the best way to get those kids down. Give them a little sunshine, time to play, shot of whiskey. They're in bed by 8. You'll have a great night.
Oh, yeah. And they sleep fantastically.
Look, listen.
We're getting banned on YouTube.
No, listen. It comes down to science. If you have a wound, put alcohol on it. It'll sterilize it. If you have a wound on the inside, have some whiskey. It'll sterilize it. You'll be fine. It works internal and external, people.
60% of the time, it works every time.
There you go. That's how math works. And Victoria agrees. Those are some very nice meatballs. So there you go.
Thank you.
Now,
I did use Prego. Don't hate me.
No, listen. I like to use, so I mix that Prego, but I will mix it with, I don't know if you guys have Classico sauces, but they have one that's a 4-cheese Alfredo that I will mix in with the Prego, and then it gives it a little bit of a rosé sauce. It really enhances the flavor, and because they're both seasoned, they're both, quite good sauces. So you're like, listen, tomatoes is fine. Prego's fine, but you add a little bit extra with the 4-cheese Alfredo. makes things magical. Yeah.
This making me do this.
Is it? That's fair. Cole, how are your balls shaping up? They look a little square, but that's fine. It's
Hey, nothing wrong with a meat cube. Am I the only one that grew up playing Super Meat Boy?
I didn't know you went to juvie. That's fine.
Actually, this is not my dick was.
Okay, so
this
I didn't go to
shape of my
juvie, but I
dick.
did go to alternative school for a year, so close enough.
We got one of those up here. Only a year? Listen, Cole still brags about homeschooling and how he kept on failing. And I'm like, it's at home. How do you fail at home?
Dude, how do you fail homeschool?
You can't. Dino don't know what he's talking about. He's making shit up.
I don't know. I have someone here that I can ask that we could get some confirmation on, because I feel like you would have told her at least once. Did Cole fail at homeschooling?
Fucking talk about school.
Okay, never mind. You're in the clear today.
Oh,
He's like,
we almost got a little secret.
Him like that.
Listen, I think.
Listen.
You heard it here first, folks. Cole hates women.
Oh yeah, no. They've heard that many times.
That's not the first time. That's not the first time I've been called on that.
That is public knowledge.
Look, I'm not familiar with the lore of the show here. Cole's a friend of mine. I love what he does. I think he's hilarious.
That's a stark contrast in this relationship between you and her, because you're a dude and she's a chick, and y'all both follow me, so y'all are having completely different experiences when y'all see my posts.
Oh no, we both laugh our asses off.
I'm sure, but still a different experience.
Listen, I'll tell you this much, Tiffany, is the fact that you don't know the conversations Cole and I have that inspire a lot of those posts, and they are absolutely radical.
They're way, the conversations I have are way worse. They're not internet approved.
Hilariously, so yesterday there was a holiday. We have Thanksgiving with the rest of the universe, unlike you guys in November. And so what we do is we just try and chill on days off like that. And my wife was like, "Are you still having a conversation with Cole?" And I showed her my phone, and it had like 15 voice messages that he had sent me that I was just slowly trying to listen through while we were watching movies. And she's like, "Is he okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, we're just having a conversation."
Yeah, this is normal.
Yeah. Victoria says, "Cole, can we see a close up of your seared balls?"
Conversations, but I don't think they've gone there. I think the craziest thing I've ever told Cole was my theory that Harriet Tubman would have made an excellent Crip.
Listen, Crips and Bloods were originally a neighborhood watch, so I think that's fair. She stood up for what's right.
It goes deeper than that.
All right.
It goes. Cole, do you remember this?
I do, but you said you didn't want to get into it.
I said I didn't want to get into it.
You've got to really make a decision here. Do you want to continue? Because we're going to goad you into keeping going.
Let's just clear up everything, everyone. Yeah.
I'll give you a brief synopsis. I won't go into detail about it because I can't take too many questions. I want to preface this by saying I am not affiliated with any Crip organizations.
I don't believe that for a second.
But go on. Banger of any sort. I'm just a rapper that grew up in some crazy areas.
I got some Crip friends. Does that count?
Oh God, I hope they're not watching.
Listen,
they could be. I don't know.
I want no smoke with the Crips. I fuck with y'all. I got a lot of respect for y'all. Free Lando.
Oh.
Shout out my uncle. Free Larry. Shout out. All right. Anyway, there's three main points. She could fight. She was a leader.
Yeah.
And she was all about upward progression. Okay. Community resistance and progress. That was the soul. That was the soul heart and nucleus of what Harriet Tubman really inspired.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Listen.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Look, that's very reasonable and very much YouTube appropriate. So thank you for that. But also, we still haven't mentioned why you go by Tiffany, which I feel like is your stripper name, but that's fine. I'm not. It's 2024. Well, I don't judge
cat's
anymore.
Out of the bag. No. Okay. So this. I'm gonna try to sum this up as briefly as possible because I tend to go a little Charlie Day against the whiteboard. You know what I
Hey, we
mean?
got time, man. We got time.
So,
Yeah.
are we all familiar with the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Are we all familiar with the jewelry store Tiffany and Company?
Yes.
So, the simplest way to begin this explanation is Tiffany & Co. uses this very specific shade of blue on all of their packaging and marketing.
Yes.
It's officially called Robin's Egg Blue, but it is more commonly referred to and patented under the name Tiffany Blue.
Correct.
Now, this ties into the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's because for anyone who studies film as deeply as I do, as I was fleshing out my dreams of wanting to be a musician growing up, I also fleshed out my dreams of wanting to be a director. So I learned to look at film from a deeper perspective than just like, oh, movie make brain go yay.
Right.
And so Breakfast at Tiffany's, from what I and a good number of people on the internet have also surmised, is really a movie about shaking the expectations that your background puts on you.
Yes.
And finding your own identity.
Fair.
Now, I come from a small town in Louisiana where the most you'll ever make it is if you get a little bit famous an hour and a half down the road in Baton Rouge and get to play a couple clubs out there.
Fair.
I grew up listening to everything from Poison to George Strait to Bone Thugs and Harmony. But in 2008, an album dropped that changed my life.
All right.
Carter 3 by Lil Wayne.
Oh.
To this day, one of my favorite albums of all time.
Fair enough.
My father got that album on iTunes on an old-ass iPod and hooked it up to the aux cord in his Chevy, and we listened to that album. Forward, backwards, shuffle, every possible fucking way you could listen to it. Until I knew every word, because we loved that album that much. And by the time I finished that summer and I started third grade, I said to myself, I'm going to be a rapper. And so I just started rapping. And so my whole goal as a rapper has always been to find my own identity and to help the people that listen to me find their own identity. Kind of like the whole point of Breakfast at Tiffany's. So, Tiffany Blue.
I mean, I liked it when you were interstate stripper, but yeah, that's fine. That's a good explanation.
Yeah, I also strip on the weekends.
That's fair. Hey, you gotta get that bag. You gotta get that bag. No, that's
People doesn't know any music, okay?
I don't know what I was expecting coming on a show with two comedians and giving y'all a heartfelt explanation.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You're fine. Do you know it grew up Mormon? So they don't, in their culture, they don't know music. They don't listen to it. It's not allowed. They don't have birthdays. They don't trust the bank.
Oh, you're one of them Hobie Jovies?
I was a Joe.
He couldn't name a single song. And he would just, like, he does not know music. There's not a single song, a hit over the last 20 years that he would know. It's just
not true.
Facts of life. Mormons don't know music.
You know what? If anyone's interested to know what music I'm listening to, there's a playlist that is on my YouTube channel that is
it's all AI.
Hey,
it's all AI
not.
music.
It's just shut your mouth, you fat piece
you're
of
a bot.
shit.
That's
How about
what
that?
it is.
Just look up. Okay, all you have to do is look up music that slaps, and I'm constantly adding. It's got 225 songs. It's a great playlist.
On trash cans, literally slapping trash cans.
It's basically a bunch of raccoons playing music. That's what it is. Oh, Tiffany Blue, you tried to switch your camera or something? Because we can't hear you anymore.
Lost sound.
Yeah, you may have to go out and come back in. Sometimes.
Can you even hear us? You're gonna have to back out and come back.
Yeah, you may have to go out.
You have to leave the whole screen.
Yeah. You may have to sign out and re-sign in. Because we cannot hear anything you say right now. Cole, how's your can we see your meatballs? Have they been seared? What's happening with them?
They're in the oven right now.
They are in the oven right now. All right. Well, we had a request, okay? That's how that works. I feel like now that I'm monetized, I need to have like shots just around. I love that you have a tray and then you have like a cookie tray as well that's filled with assorted meatballs, which is hilarious to me. But yeah, no, that works.
You know me. I improvise.
No, that you did improvise, and that's totally reasonable. Let me see here. Can't hear y'all. Okay, hold on. Let me do this.
You either. You gotta get out. You gotta back out. I'm
And
talking to a deaf person.
come back in. There.
Can you kick him?
Okay. I don't want to kick him because it might
He might not come back.
Yeah, it might not come back. check the comments. He's making spaghetti, so that's we can't hear you, but
we're gonna have to kick him.
We have to. Hold on. There.
He wants to
I don't know. Hold on.
You're gonna kick him.
If I kick him from studio, he can come back, right?
You can, yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna I'm gonna kick you out. You have to come back. Kick guest. Oh no, he did it by himself. He did it by himself. Did you kick him?
No.
Okay, then he did it by himself. Yeah, just message him and let him know that's happening. But yeah, no, it's wild. No, things are going well. I'm glad that do you already have your spaghetti going, Cole?
Everything's done. I'm just waiting on meatballs and my garlic bread now.
Like always,
everything's bacon.
Everyone is waiting for the balls to shape up. That's fair. A realistic thing. Just right from Southern. Listen, it's been that kind of day, has it?
Always that kind of day. We're not having that kind of day.
Listen, that's the one. The best part about us being monetized and me almost fully monetized is that soon we're just gonna have to do this on a daily basis. We're just gonna be on here. I'm gonna be making Lego, and you're gonna be cooking shit, and it'll be fun.
Dude, we hit 30,000 views yesterday.
Listen.
That's a lot, bro.
So everyone knows. So Cole was like, "Listen, you need to start pumping out more shorts and reels." And I'm like, "All right, man, I'm going to do that." So I did that. I've been producing more content starting today, and essentially it did barely anything. So that's always hilarious.
Well, yeah, there's like a weird
oh shit! Not what I was trying to do.
Transgression.
You're back. We can hear you.
Okay, is my camera the right way? Because it's not rotating on my side.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, fuck it.
There you go.
It was.
You're good.
Okay.
You can make Lego look like food, and Cole can make food stack like Lego. I feel like you're setting a high bar, Victoria. I don't know if that's
because there's a whole type of food art that's big on waffles specifically, and you'll actually see it in the movie 51st Dates. But yeah, there's a whole waffle style where people stack stuff to make buildings out of waffles.
Oh, like the Lincoln Log technique, essentially.
Yeah,
kind of. So you can make it's like little waffle pieces that are shaped like Lego, and then you can actually put it together. Which
they have waffle irons specifically made to make it easier. Actually,
Victoria's already said next time you visit Cole, you can bring him the Lego waffle machine. That's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring that to you. You're welcome.
Off camera for a second.
You just got back. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's good. I
can still hear you, and I'm sure you can still hear me.
We've been making fun of you nonstop. So that's
you walked away while we're trying to give you hand signals in front of all of my Crip friends that are watching. So they're probably like, "Yo, what's up?"
You better duck. That's all I gotta say. You better duck.
That's fair. I feel like there's a lot more to food art that we can do, but progressively we are getting more interesting with the food and making cooler stuff. So it's all progression.
To add, it's like, look at latte art, right? They've progressed it to a point where they're literally laser printing the images on the food.
I know.
And cake too. That's another big thing. They're just printing shit right on cakes now.
I'll be honest with you, Victoria and we watch a ridiculous amount of cooking shows, and we're actually watching I think it was Scary Cakes or something with Matthew Lillard. It just came out, so we're starting to watch that, and I'm like, it's very interesting to watch what people can make out of food. But at the same time, it's like, Jesus Christ, just make sure it tastes good.
So what happened a good old fashioned cake? You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. I can tell you, Dino, right now though, based off of my experience, If you're watching cooking shows with your wife, or significant other,
Yeah.
you are about 6 months away from a surprise pregnancy, and about
Hey.
5 years away from divorce. Okay.
Well, I feel like that more so depends on which cooking shows you are watching. Not
Yeah.
the pregnancy, the divorce.
I mean, yeah. And
Don't
true.
watch
Like,
competitions.
Top leads to
That'll
divorce
start the divorce
100% of
process.
the time.
Don't watch the competitions because
Yeah.
it's so
You'll
inevitably.
start to learn who your partner really is as a person. Because you'll be like, man, this guy's going to make it. And they'll just be over there like, fucking hate that guy.
Exactly. Inevitably, you're going to pick sides, and at some point, it's going to be different sides.
It becomes
Then
a
it's
custody
going to be
battle
a
at some
Hatfield
point.
McCoy situation.
So listen, I'll explain this to you rookie young men who don't have experience with women, okay? So what you do is you ask her, hey, you ask her first who she thinks is going to win. And she says, and you're like, I agree. And that's it. And then you stop talking. Okay?
The old guess what we're having for dinner tonight trick.
Listen, you can't be you got to choose your battles, okay? Win the war, not the battle. Okay, this is how life works, people.
The Simpsons.
And Victoria's like, you're telling them the secret to marriage, That's also factual. Okay.
No, the secret to marriage
is violence.
You want to know the secret to marriage?
You ain't even married, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm on the way there. Look, I have a dad.
You're like 22?
Yeah, hold on.
I know.
How much of a dad? Do you know your dad?
Culture, but I have a father.
Everyone has a father. Is he your
now we're rubbing
father?
it in. Fuck you.
No, fuck you, Cole. Go cry to your dad about it.
Can't.
I know.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
This has been a fun episode.
This is not for you. I'm having a great time. It's fine.
Great time too.
All right. Who's ready for this finished product? Before
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
If I knew how to. Oh God, I feel so old. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Let's zoom out a little.
I mean, that looks pretty good. It looks good.
Yes, sir.
It
Got
looks
a little char on the meatballs there, but it's no big.
It's important. It's important.
Good.
Honey,
Would
you like a spoon or a fork?
Give her a ladle. Give her a ladle.
Dino says I should give you a ladle, and I'm inclined to agree with him.
I mean, it's a magical utensil. It's fine.
You don't have to eat all of it, obviously. Huh? I don't plan. I wasn't gonna. Not without your express permission.
Yeah, no. That's how every man gets in trouble. Like, don't show me on the camera and be like, I didn't mean to. I swear. It's not,
I turn into a ninja when I have the camera around her just because I don't want to tread into that territory.
All right, listen. It's see, this is the whole deal, right? And when you're in a relationship, you have to know people that you don't question why people don't want to be on camera. They don't want to be on camera. That's fine.
You respect it.
Well, listen, being respectful is not unreasonable, but some people are just crazy. So you just go, hey, I don't want to have to deal with problems. Just be nice. Fair.
Preach.
I mean, look, it's that look.
Look, everyone wants a goth girlfriend until she has to shave off the eyebrows to complete a makeup look. You got to be a strong man. You got to love her for her. I got lucky because mine's still hot without eyebrows.
I mean, it's going to be a thing. And I feel bad because there's a lot. Listen, I don't want to ruin your day, Tiffany Blue. I don't want to, but just remind your lady that she can't be saying that shit off of camera and with people like me and this bastard and expect us not to say anything, right? That's like,
I'm not going to engage.
Hey, is that a carrot? I'm like,
I'm not going to give Cole any opportunity to start firing him off.
No, because I actually like Sky. I won't fuck with her too much. She's funny.
I'm not going to let grown Kyle from South Park disrespect Boa.
Big down. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, Lord.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home. Okay. You guys understand how hot it is.
Matter of fact, let's see what these comments have to say.
I mean, listen.
You can't.
Mick T is out here with
a beaver. What the fuck does that mean?
Save a beard, shave a beaver. I mean,
shave a coochie.
I mean, that's it.
Thank
You
you.
gotta listen. It's about
I know you
saving the
did not
planet.
just ham up the Canadian accent
Mom
just for the
called me.
word about.
Hey, new duty boot it. That's just how it is.
Oh, y'all really talk like that for real?
Mom calling.
No, it's listen.
Mom calling.
There are Canadians who do talk like that. However, no one understands them. They're basically, you know, Helen Keller with syllables. It's not. It's a wild experience.
So me off tequila, basically.
I mean, everybody with tequila kind of makes a.
I'm not allowed to touch tequila anymore because the last time I drank tequila, I screamed at the back of a Camry for 20 minutes, and it wasn't mine.
Dude,
I mean,
tequila is not an okay drink. That should be illegalized.
It should not be
Yeah.
illegal. At least not in the United States.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of things that should be illegal when you have access to firearms. I feel like those two go back and forth between the two. It's reasonable.
All right. Now that I have cooked, allow us to step outside.
That's fair.
Is it? Right. We're on YouTube. Can I smoke?
Yeah, like this is hammered and cheese, bro.
Yeah, hammered and cheese, where we are degenerates and chefs. That's a thing.
Well, it's the same thing.
I mean, it's something.
So, you know, I wanna wax poetic for a second because I came here to, you know, bridge the gap between comedy and music. Not that there was much of one to begin with.
That's fair.
But being a degenerate and a chef, you know, I feel like as every musician, if you're a musician, if you make music, if you like music, if you want to make music and you're watching this, learn how to cook before you learn how to make music. Because it's all the same. Every little piece that you put into your music is just like every little piece you put into your food. It's important. It may not seem like it in the beginning. But let's say you missed the parsley, right? Or like you're making a beat. You missed the closed hi-hats.
Yeah.
Why does it sound off? Why does it taste off? Because you ain't got that flavor on it.
Exactly.
Listen, it's not just with rapping. It's not just with cooking. It's with comedy. It's with there's no expertise in the universe that does not require a recipe. And the fact is, once you follow the recipe and you know it inside and out, then you can start adding your own flavor. That's just how that works. And when people understand that, you're like, listen, you can't be an expert at your dream. You have to be an expert at something that everyone appreciates and then use that to transfer into your dream, right? You have people, look, there are people who are like, oh, they're kings of industry. Yeah, they also spent decades working their ass off to become smart. It's one of those things. You have to.
You know, you get it. You know,
some people just want smart.
Y'all get it, man.
I mean, look, it's not just like, look, we've even had people who are like, oh, I went online and did a show, and you're like, great, how did it go? They're like, nobody watched it. You're like, yeah, because you have to put in the work. You have to do other things. You have to do research. You have to connect those dots and put in the effort. And then even still, it may not be rewarding, right? That's why I appreciate everybody who's watching, and we appreciate you greatly. So thank you.
Thank you guys all for taking the time to tune into this week's episode of Hammered and Cheese.
Absolutely. Every musician without a number one always has great advice. Shame their advice don't work for them. I mean, that's factual though. But
I mean, look, that's why I haven't given any music advice. I gave you skill advice. If you want to learn a skill, start with learning how to cook. Because at the end of the day, even if your skill don't work out, you need to know how to cook because you need to know how to feed yourself.
That's listen, but that's the thing is that is something that will keep a roof over your head and gives you the opportunity to invest in something you love, such as music, such as comedy. Like, look, I've made very little from comedy, but I am fucking hilarious. So whatever.
You've had me laughing for a good consistent chunk of this episode.
Hey, what can I say? Fat guys are still funny.
So
even in 2024,
we've explained why I go by Tiffany Blue. Why do they call you the genetic marvel?
So when I started comedy, I was a Big Mac away from 400 pounds. And as I continued comedy, I was a Big Mac away from 500 pounds. And the benefit of this
lifestyle comedy,
I mean, it is. But during this entire process, even being what I like to call a land manatee, I still had no titties. And I'm not a scientist, but that shit's amazing. So now
he's got prominent nipples. Let me tell you.
I do have. Listen, actually, so during this whole process, so Tiffany Blue, I've lost about 250 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Essentially, I was 2 fat people, and now I'm 1 fat people. So
Nice.
it's it's a work in progress. But hilariously, my nipples have gotten smaller, but they are still usually hard, so they do stick out a lot. But I don't really care.
This gives me a theory.
I mean,
What if
hit
the
me.
reason you didn't get titties
Tell me.
is because all the weight went to your nipples?
I don't think that I didn't have ridiculously large nipples.
That's not what Cole's saying.
Yeah, but that's because he has no nipples. He was hatched. He doesn't even have a belly button.
Are we going on record as calling Cole a hater right now?
Oh, he's a troll. There's no question about that.
See,
He's almost
there's
a
difference
professional
between a troll and a hater. See, I myself, I have never been a troll because trolling gets your house shot up and your grandmama crying.
Yeah, well,
but I have been a hater.
You're gonna have to kill me then. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, listen, he's barely can speak English. So
Dude, I was kidnapped and dragged across the fucking state lines to Florida from Texas when I was like 6 years old by my mom's baby daddy. I had to wrestle an alligator. I've been through fucking family court. You can't kill me. I'm fucking beatable. Don't come at me with I'll shoot you up.
Hey.
I don't care.
I wasn't threatening to shoot you up.
Bulletproof, motherfucker.
Hey.
I'm not threatening to shoot you up. I love you, Cole. I wouldn't shoot anybody up.
I'd shoot him.
I'm saying there has been a history of people trolling a little too hard online.
Yeah.
And things happening.
Me,
Let us pull up an example. Chicago legend Lil Reese got trolled on Twitter back in 2013ish, maybe 2011. I'm bad at remembering dates. All right. Somebody was trolling him because he was in a bit of a beef, if you would, with a contemporary of the young man. And so Lil Reese replied to this tweet with a troll of his own. 3 letters only, followed by a period. He typed LOL, no capitals, no spaces, like a Wi-Fi password.
Shit.
The very next morning, the guy who tweeted disrespecting Lil Reese was found with a bunch of holes in him.
I mean, that's how it happens. Now, so they aren't tuning it, Rev. Here is a picture of Cole's food. He has also included some garlic bread.
Oh,
so
I knew I was forgetting something. Cole, I'm not gonna lie, man. Can I use with the parental advisory sticker? Can I use this as like a single cover?
I mean, hold on. Let's do that. And that is just take a screenshot. That's absolutely.
I'm gonna go ahead and get that right now.
And Elrad, thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate your appreciation for us streaming. It makes a difference to us. Those lads don't know what toonies are. I know they basically don't even know how to communicate. It's fine.
What is a toonie?
Oh, so in Canada, hold on. Did you take your screenshot? And I'll take down the picture.
I did. I'm sorry.
I can send you the original too, Tip.
So in Canada, we have foregone. We used to have a $1 bill and a $2 bill, and then a 5 and a 10 and so on. But
the loonie was the $1. Am I correct?
The loonie is the $1 because it has a loon on the back. And when we came out with a $2 coin, they just started calling it toonie instead of anything else that was creative. So, I mean, it's fine.
Down here in Southern America, we would have called it something crazy like a deuce.
I mean, right. And then you're like, that's much worse than, so
it could have been worse.
It could have been much worse. But yeah. So let me see here.
So how hammered is the Hammered and Cheese crew tonight?
Oh, well,
scale of 1 to 10. Dino,
I've had like 6 whiskeys so far.
I usually don't drink until I'm off camera because I'm a proper degenerate. What's up, Real Talk? How you doing, brother?
Because he's Mormon.
Yeah, I'm not Mormon. That's like, listen, do you understand that Jehovah's Witnesses see Mormons and they're like, those guys are fucking weirdos. Like, we're like, those guys are weird. Right.
Let me defend the Hovey Jovies real quick because I had a couple cousins growing up that were Jovies.
Yeah.
Y'all really be cool. Like as people, y'all be cool as hell. Y'all are great to hang out with, and I know a couple of y'all that drink. I ain't gonna name names because I know y'all not supposed to.
Oh yeah. Well, and see, and that's the thing is you're okay to drink. You're not okay to get inebriated, right? So it's the whole idea of you should be in charge of your senses.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, what's the point of drinking?
Don't even get me started. Okay. Trust me, it's ridiculous. And especially like me being a fat fuck for most of my life, I'm like, if somebody like the reason I don't drink tequila was I was 17 years old. I went to my first house party without any siblings or anything. It was just me and friends. And I had 22 ounce and a half shots of tequila in about 45 minutes because a guy said he can drink me under the table. Now, within about 20 minutes, with about 20 minutes, he was almost dead. I ruined a rose bush, but then I blacked out, but I was walking around doing stuff. And people are like, if you lose control, we're fucked. And I'm like, that's accurate. It's because you can't stop me. But yeah, it was a great time, but I don't drink tequila anymore because that
I mean, I once watched my fucking Irish baby mama, who's about 5'3", drink 16 shots of tequila. So I feel like that's more like impressive than what you did, you know.
So
I mean,
I counted. It was 16. And she was mad that I counted. I just wanted to see. And she went outside to the balcony. I was like, you can't be in the balcony. She was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not allowed. You just had 16 shots of
tequila
tonight. You're not allowed in the balcony. And she got mad. And she like did the like stomp, you know, like to show her dismay with me.
Of course.
I'm like, you're gonna fall off. And she like when she went to stomp, she tripped and fell backwards into the living room and hit her head on the fucking coffee table. I was like, see, that's why. Like after she was okay, after I made sure she was okay, I was like, see, that's why you're not allowed on the balcony.
Which, let's be honest, any drunk woman does not want to hear your logical explanation for advice.
Any drunk person.
Any drunk person, that's true. Yeah. Women don't want it anytime. They don't have to be drunk. They just don't want your advice. Just period.
Allow me, if you will, to regale you with a tale of some Tiffany Blue antics.
Always.
So, this past weekend, it was this past weekend.
It was recent.
I was in San Antonio, Texas. Lovely
your camera is wonky. Try and... There we go. You're good. All right.
So, I was in lovely San Antonio, Texas.
All right.
For Shrunken Head Entertainment's annual festival known as She-Fest, also known as Night of the Shrunken Heads. It was a wonderful time. Everyone did a great job. Shout out Team She. Thank you to Razakel and Slicey Rolls for having me on. But I was riddled with anxiety and whiskey, and let's just say I was in the shower trying to rehearse my set because what better place to get your vocals right, you know?
100%.
And I kept missing, and I don't remember doing this, but apparently it turned into me beating the wall in my head.
Yeah. That'll happen.
So I gotta like cut it on the drinking before show. Normally I don't drink a lot. Like as you see, you know, the show's called Hammered and Cheese. I haven't taken one drink. I had a whole 40 in the fridge specifically for this and didn't even bother to crack it.
Yeah.
But you know, before shows, that liquid courage really helps.
Listen, liquid courage quickly becomes liquid buffoonery.
Right.
And it doesn't let you know. It just happens.
As I soon learned.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's a good lesson. And hilariously, even Victoria's like, the trick is ask her comfort or solution. The problem is, Victoria, for a man, giving you a solution is the most comforting thing he can offer you. That's the difference, right?
I'll smoke to that.
I mean, that's how it works. But
what up, Real Talk? How you doing, man? All right, everybody. No, don't feel too bad though, because like we when we first pitched the idea of Hammered and Cheese, I was like a borderline alcoholic about a year and a half ago, and now I don't really drink.
A mile off the border.
Yeah,
I was drinking like every day. I was like, you want to do a show where I get drunk? Really just trying to find a reason to drink. You know what I mean? Like
on a Tuesday,
right?
Which, you know,
now this is the only day I drink.
Is it entrepreneurship?
Right.
I mean,
that's what it became. It became after almost a year.
Yeah.
I pretty much only drink for this show. That's it now, because it's like, well, I don't want to be drunk all the time. And I just grew up one day. Just halfway there, I was like, well, I guess I'll just drink for the show. That'll be it, you know. So
yeah. And then the bastard helped me get monetized. So now it's like, hey, now you could drink too. And I'm like, oh, damn it. So I'm going to be back on the wagon, everyone. That's fine. No, I don't not drink. I just, I like a lot of people started getting really shit faced at home. And I'm like, but that's home. It's already comforting. Why do I need to drink there? Right. And my wife doesn't drink because she's Asian.
That's not the place to get drunk though.
That's how my fiance feels about it. She would rather go out and drink because she also feels like what's the point of drinking at home?
I mean, like there's a distinct difference in like having a drink after a hard day at home, like to decompress, versus people who just get drunk at home on purpose. You're like,
You're making fun
that
of me, Albino.
I am making fun of you, absolutely.
So I can kind of see both sides of it because obviously not every day. But like let's say the kids are away for hush boy. Hush I say. Weasley. Good boy.
Look, it comes down to if you have a designated driver. If you can go out and you have a DD, no big deal.
Well, that's why I like to get shit faced at home on my special occasions. On the days where I'm like, you know what, the kids are gone. It's a weekend. I ain't got to work tomorrow. Fuck it. Let's get hammered.
Exactly.
Because I ain't got to worry about driving home because I'm already there. Can't nobody tell me what to do because it's my house. And if I fuck something up, guess who's responsible for it?
It's my house.
Exactly. If I break something, I didn't like it anyway.
That was the advantage I had is my wife doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs. She's a nerd. It's fine.
She's a nerd.
Yeah, no,
the way I look at it, she's not a nerd. She's stronger than I am.
She's a narc.
She is a bit of a narc too. But so for that, Victoria's like nerds rule the world. Yeah, you would say that. So, but that being said, is that I would be able to get drunk and then I have a designated driver to drive me home. The problem only arose was she kept on making me sit in the back seat as if she was driving me like I was in an Uber, because she's like, you make me anxious when I'm driving. I'm like, that's because you're trying to kill us. You need to be a better driver.
Victoria, that is a gangster move. Continue that fucking energy. I love it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that might surprise everybody. I respect the shit out of women, except for in comedy purposes. So, like, I support women's rights and women's wrongs. All right? Like, that shit's hilarious.
I support women's rights and women's left. That's fine. Victoria said, you're also too handsy. I'm like, listen, that's on you. Sorry.
What's the point of having a wife when you're drunk?
Hush.
Thank you. And she doesn't want to do that. And I'm like, oh, it's fine. That's fine. You don't want to be handsy, then I'm not going to be handsy, and now it's on you.
This is coming from the culture of Genghis Khan.
The Uber situation is she one of the cool Uber drivers that'll talk to the drunk guy, or does she make you ride in silence and think about what you've done all night?
Oh no, she definitely makes me ride in silence.
Can I talk about that for a second? I would rather have the quiet Uber driver. Don't talk to me. I don't know you. I don't know you like that.
I'm sorry, but I would much rather talk to the Uber driver, okay? I would much rather have a full-blown conversation with the Uber driver because then I have a story to tell when I get to where I'm going.
I personally like to rile up whoever's driving me as best I can. If I can get them to be a little bit racist, that makes me feel better because they're definitely going to take me home.
I haven't even thought of that yet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Victoria says, not while I'm driving, dingus, and 1,000% cold. Quiet Uber driver is the best. Yeah, no, I don't want to. I can talk to you. I don't want you talking to me. I'm not your therapist. I'm paying you. Let's not.
Victoria is 100% my homie unless I'm going up against her husband in a hot dog eating contest. Otherwise, we ain't homies apparently.
Devourer, Dino?
Oh yeah, I love
he did beat me in that.
I'll have my people get in touch with you.
Listen, if you haven't, check out Wienerpocalypse on my channel and Cole's channel because I made him regret his decision.
He beat me by half a hot dog. I don't want to hear your shit.
Listen, whether it's an inch or a mile, baby. Yeah.
They don't ask how, they ask how many.
That's it. Except if I'm riding an Uber with Dino, he will try to start a conversation. Yeah, no, I always talk with them. Because I like,
you could talk to a fucking
help me book some shows in Canada. We'll take some Ubers back from the venue. And we'll just rile these Uber drivers up.
Bro, I will rile them up. And the best part is when I accuse them of being from somewhere else, I'm like, and then they get really angry because I'll stick with it and I'll just keep on riling them up and I'll start speaking in Greek just to fuck with them because I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't care.
Question:
What are you
gonna
do?
Of Canada do you hail?
Oh, I'm in Toronto. I'm in the big city, baby.
Oh, you're in the cities.
I am in the city, and like not even like I'm
in the Midwest.
No, I'm in Toronto proper.
That's the Midwest.
It's not the. What are you talking?
The Midwest.
The Midwest.
Listen, Windsor is the Midwest because it's a drug den.
How far are you away from a Great Lake?
Oh, like 5 kilometers, 6
Yeah.
kilometers.
You're
That's what,
in the
2.5
Midwest.
miles.
It's
2.5
not.
miles.
Yeah, well, I know what miles are. So yeah, I'm like 5 miles away from.
If you can drive to
Yeah,
a
probably.
fucking if you can drive to a Great Lake and not get stopped for gas, you're in the Midwest.
Oh yeah, you're in the Midwest, baby.
Okay, number one,
You might as well be eating cheese curds, cuz,
it's
and not
Lake.
just on the fries with the gravy.
They eat fucking cheese curds with French fries. Yeah,
Dude, I know
that's the
about
fucking
poutine. I make
Midwest.
poutine at home just without the cheese curds, because who ain't finna do all that shit is my black ass.
I mean, that's fair. I'm not making it at home either. Come on,
Dude,
not,
I would rather,
not
like, I wish there was, like, I wish I could go to Culver's, but Culver's is like 20 minutes away. Go to Culver's and be like, yo, here's $40. Give me all the goddamn cheese curds you can fit into this Walmart bag.
Yeah.
And just call it a day.
They
But
just
it
put
ain't
a
that easy,
Culver's
is
by
it?
me. They just put one by me the other day.
It's not bad, ain't it?
It's pretty good.
I mean,
it's
I ain't
pretty
gonna lie,
good.
the beef could use a little more seasoning as well as the chicken, but as far as the custard and the cheese curds go, A1.
Hey,
My guy, anytime you have food that's pre-made for you or cooked for you, it needs more seasoning. If you're not making it yourself, it needs more seasoning.
That's why this how southern country ghetto I am. You got to keep a bottle of hot sauce in the car. The only reason I ain't had one lately is because we've been having some high temperatures, and I'll be damned if I open up my center console and there's a hot sauce explosion in that motherfucker. That's where I keep the owner's manual.
So I got stats right here.
At the same time, that would be hilarious. Just opening up your center console and be like, boom, hot sauce attack, baby.
You know these are baby hot sauces when my hands are holding them and they're full.
That's only because you have baby hands.
That's what I'm saying. My hands full.
You have tiny little baby hands. Tiffany Blue, do you have travel size hot sauce? That's a good question.
I ran through all mine last month, and I haven't got a chance to get back to Walmart to get another one. I wish I would have had it at San Antonio because we went to IHOP and they fucking had just run out of hot sauce. I was fucked.
Oh. In San Antonio? Oh, you should have fucking bitched them out, man. You should have.
I would have
Karen on the bitches.
The thing
San
is,
Antonio.
IHOP carries
no hot sauce.
Tabasco.
And they didn't have nobody to just go run up to the store and grab some Tabasco, so it was just kind of like your SOL, big dog.
I don't want to hear it. They're in San Antonio. They should have known better.
That's 100%.
That's fucking San Antonio.
I have a real problem.
Made up a piece of that story.
Listen,
They didn't run out of hot sauce. It's just I'm from Louisiana. I know Tabasco isn't real hot sauce. It's
no.
It's Crystal. Fucking Louisiana. Those are the good hot sauces.
Crystals is good. Crystals is good, but it's a little too vinegary for my taste.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
You can't go wrong with Louisiana. I hear Tony Sachery's has a hot sauce now. I haven't given it a chance because I don't like change. No, I'm just joking. I just haven't given it a chance.
That is my one biggest pet peeve is when I go, oh, do you guys have any hot sauce? And they bring me Tabasco sauce. I'm like, no. I said hot sauce, not
hot sauce. Tabasco, I like to call it flavor sauce.
Not even. It just doesn't do the job.
I mean, it gives it that slight peppery. I mean, I douse my shit in hot sauce.
Pepper cider vinegar is what it is.
You got to understand, my skin is light only because I'm rich, not because I'm a white person. All right, I'm Greek. I know what flavor is. We own every restaurant in the world.
You've been trying to convince me that Greeks are black my entire existence.
Oh, we got called the N-word up until the 70s, okay? So just shut up.
Okay, but so do the Italians.
They don't make y'all black.
Italians aren't white either, okay, sir? And honestly, they still get called the N-word.
I don't consider Greeks white. I consider y'all Mediterranean, just like I technically don't consider Russian people white because that's more Balkan than anything.
Listen, and Russian are barely people.
Western Asian.
Let's be honest, right? They're basically robots sent from the future to punish America. I love it.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I really hope they somehow don't have my phone tapped and see this. The guys that own the property that my company is doing dirt work at right now are Russian, and they just popped us with, we're gonna start doing random drug screening starting tomorrow. So
I'll happily screen all the drugs they want. It's no problem.
You know what you do? You take a fucking rubber band every day. Okay, you're gonna have to get new rubber bands every couple of weeks. But you take a rubber band and you go to the local smoke shop and you get the synthetic urine. You just strap that bitch right to your fucking leg, and it's warm from your leg from walking around all day. And so when it's time to take that piss, you just pull that out. Boom! I've been doing it. I've done it plenty of times. Just so you know.
I think if anything, I'd use a ribbon because I got hairy legs and my circulation and uncomfortability. Like I said, man, spectrumized. I can't do certain textures and sensations.
It's called toughen up, bitch.
For the
Your mom.
record, this is all alleged and for entertainment purposes. There is nothing real on this show.
Why
to be very
textures?
clear. Listen, okay, you know what the problem is when you start talking like this is I get questions like this. My wife is going, "Where do you get synthetic urine?" That's none of your damn business,
From
Victoria.
a smoke shop.
Why do you need it?
It's
Listen,
like a weed
Your
shop.
wife's
You
a
go,
narc. I see
you-
your wife's a fucking
you
narc.
go any fucking shop where you buy vape, you get
can't
those
tell that. You
synthetic
can't
urine.
say that shit. My
Cole.
wife is a
Shut
narc.
the
She will get us all in
Cole,
trouble.
Shut the
Yeah,
fuck
just
up.
stop talking, you drunk piece of shit. I ain't gonna punch you next time I come down there.
Hey, so Dino, when you help me get this show in Canada, right?
Yeah.
I'm
No
not
problem.
bringing Cole.
No, well, listen, I keep on trying to get him a passport, but I feel like I'm like, listen, get a passport, but you got to come here with a trailer.
I
That's
promise
coming to my house.
you, I don't need a passport. I'm the type of person that can get to Canada without one. Okay, I promise you, I could show up at your door.
That's
And you go,
not helping.
I'm like, you probably don't want to know too much,
Bro. We are
Dude,
live on.
Why do you do this?
YouTube.
Listen, see, this is the thing.
because I'm
Tiffany Blue's
invincible. You can't kill me. I've said this before. I've somehow avoided 2 felonies. It's the simulation is on my side. Okay.
Listen, just so everyone knows, third time's a charm. That's how life works. Jesus Christ. No, this is one of those things
Such
where
you hear of are performed by professionals. For your
Bro.
safety and the protection of those around you, do not try this at home.
no, just don't do it.
I have,
people.
what
Don't
do
do it.
they call it? They call it plot armor. I have plot armor. The
I don't think that's a
simulation's
word.
on my
Cole,
side,
do me
man.
a favor.
Listen,
You're in timeout. Mute your microphone for 5 minutes. You can say whatever you want.
Y'all
We're
just
just
scared.
not allowed to hear it.
Y'all little bitches. Both of y'all are little bitches.
Okay, listen, those small hands are turning you into a lady after a few drinks. I don't know what you drank, but it's just you're all emotional and shit. Get out of those. Listen, those stubby fingers.
Y'all the
Don't try and-
emotional ones. I am
He's
slurring
got
the
the
words, though. I will
fingers
say.
of an octopus dick.
I mean, that's.
I don't have any juice. I'm out of juice.
Oh,
listen,
God.
that means this show is going to go off the rails, everyone. So, in the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe to all of our
Bar's
channels.
all nice.
Tito Genetic Marvel, Sniffing Glue 22, Tiffany Blue, which is Blue WRLD 713.
I should
social
have put
media.
that in the thing, huh?
That's all right. Listen, he is a rapper, and there's music to be coming. I am a comedian and a wizard. If you want to know what kind of magic I have, that's going to cost you more money. So please like and subscribe as we keep on going. And come back next week. We are doing other shows, and we have things on the works. So check us out. And we will leave it at that as we start hitting the vodka straight because we're going to be mindful.
I ran out of juice.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Tiffany Blue, are you on Spotify? Tell them
I am
where
on
to find you.
Spotify. I have 2 singles out right now.
Mm.
One is with a person I've collaborated with under the name of Jack Savage. It's called Rage Speedwagon 9000. It's a real. It's one of those. It's one of those joints you can really just like let it all out to. You know what I mean? It's one of those, man, my boss won't shut the fuck up, and then you clock out, you get in your car, you bump this. Oh man, it's a good one. And then
There
I
you go.
have another joint that I'm proud of. I don't think the people are feeling, but I hope some of the listeners give it a chance and feel differently. It's called I'm Mad at Suicide Boys for taking all the good song titles.
That's totally reasonable.
I also have an EP coming out. We don't have a specific date yet, but the label is saying we'll have it out before the end of the year. It's called The Blue Tape, and from there I'll be announcing some very special things.
If you can, Tiffany Blue, please send me a link through Instagram, and what I'll do is I'll put it underneath in the description so that people can click on it whenever they want, and that way we can get some stuff traffic to you. All right. In the meantime, everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will be back next week with more excitement and also maybe costumes. We're going to see what happens. It's going to be very exciting. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you guys for having me.
Get ready for fucking